Hello and welcome to another House of Wisdom Lightest and Best knife review. And today we have a great knife. It's the WE 704. This is, to date, in August of 2017, the lightest knife that WE has made in its production history. And in the carbon fiber version, this is the titanium version, but in the titanium with the carbon fiber overlay, it gets down to 2.87 ounces. That's a pretty good weight for a 3.5-inch blade. WE Knives, as you know, is a high-end production company from China, and they do about 20 models of knives annually, and they also do OEM manufacturing for famous knife producers like Todd Beggs in the United States. The specifications on the 704 are the blade length is 3.6 inches long. The handle length is 4.625 inches, and the total knife length is 8.125 inches. The weight of the knife in this version, which is a titanium frame lock with a titanium overlay, is 3.46 ounces, and the titanium frame with a carbon fiber overlay, which isn't shown here, is 2.87 ounces. And now I have some knives to compare for size. Starting off, we have the Spyderco Para 3, that is a little smaller. We have the Andre Saunders Contra, which is a little larger. We have the Guardian Tactical Helix Nano, which is a little smaller. We have the Benchmade 940 Osborne, which is also a little smaller. We have the Max Evolution by Millet and Moen, which is a little larger. And then we have the Tashi Barusha Rowdy, which is, I'm going to say, the same size. So there are some size comparisons for you. The blade is made from Bowler M390 steel and has a trailing point configuration. That means the tip of the knife is a little bit lower than the base of the knife. And it has a full flat ground with a hand-rubbed satin finish. The spine has some jimping for your thumb, but there isn't any chamfering on the spine. The blade has a sharpening ricasso that is well placed beyond the plunge line so that the edge is nice and thin all the way to the sharpening ricasso. The handle is a titanium handle that's got a stone wash, and then it has a titanium overlay in a variety of colors. It comes in purple, blue, green, gray, and gold. This particular overlay is in green, and might I say they do a wonderful job of anodization. You can put your fingers on this and it doesn't smudge or change color. Not all knife manufacturers that way. I just want to give you some examples of the Olamic 24/7. I love this knife. It's a beautiful knife, but one of the bad things is it's blue, but if you fingerprint it up, the blue turns a little bit purple. You Windex it and it returns to its blue color. The same thing with the Tashi Barusha Rowdy. It's blue, but when you fingerprint it turns a little purple, and then you Windex it up and it's bright shiny blue again, and it looks a little mottled and splotchy, the anodization job that's done on both of these knives. The WE anodization isn't affected by your fingerprinting. It stays the same color. It's a nice, subtle, beautiful green, and it doesn't change any whenever you touch it. So it's a knife that you can use and touch and not just place in a pelican case to pull out and admire with latex gloves on so that you don't get the oils from your finger on it. Well, as I've mentioned, there's a carbon fiber also, and with the carbon fiber, it's placed as an overlay, and then the underlying titanium is anodized in a variety of colors: purple, blue, green, gray, and gold. I'll put up some pictures for you so that you can see them. The pivot on the knife has the WE logo and then its proprietary hardware on the other side. The knife runs on ceramic bearings and has a really good action. Flips out very nicely. The lockup mechanism on the knife is by liner lock, and as you can see, you have The liner completely engaged at about 50%. The liner lock has some jimping on it so that it's easy to get, and it's placed a little bit higher than the show side so it's easy access for your thumb to disengage it. The pocket clip is an embedded milled clip that has a good ramp and good spring, and there's a aesthetic theme here. As you can see on the blade, there are these 3 grooves cut. It's on the clip side and the show side, and they also put the 3 grooves on the pocket clip to continue the theme. Because it is embedded, it can be retained with only one of its proprietary screws, which is also on the show side. And the construction of the knife is pretty much flow-through. It does have this backspacer that I've mentioned, but because the backspacer is small, you can blow it out with air or put a Q-tip in there and clean it out. It's really nice. I really like the backspacer design. It has this jimping, so if you want to use a reverse grip, you have some traction for your thumb. And it has a lanyard post. The backspacer protects the lanyard post and therefore your lanyard from the blade. So it has a lot of advantages. It's small, allowing the flow-through design. It has jimping. It protects the lanyard. And it's just a nice, well-thought-out backspacer, I believe. The signage on the knife is minimal. On the show side, the only signage you have is the Wii logo, which I think is very tasteful and beautiful, on the pivot. And then on the clip side, the only signage is the Wii logo on the clip. There is another signage, which is the blade steel, but they really hit it well. It is on the blade tang. There you go. And this blade steel is M390, which I've mentioned before. This knife I believe to be a value. As of August 2017, the regular version costs $250, but get this, if you get the carbon fiber version, it's only $3 more at $253. A great value. So what are my impressions about the WE 704 knife? I really like it. And I was thinking about opportunities for improvement, and I don't have any really on the form of the knife or fit and finish. I just wish that WE Knives would offer a 407 mini, as it were. Instead of having a 3.6-inch blade, maybe have a 3-inch blade or a 2.9-inch blade, something that would be a little more EDC friendly. Although this is a very nice knife coming in at 2.87 ounces in the carbon fiber version. I'm going to talk about what I like about the knife. I like the blade because it's different. I don't own a lot of knives with this trailing point feature, so the uniqueness I like. And I like the knife that it really is light. For a 3.6-inch blade, 2.87 ounces is a wonderful weight, and so kudos to WE Knives for making such a design. I also like the backspacer of the knife. It doesn't affect the profile, so we'll look at the knife here, and it's just a simple, you see this great titanium green overlay, but you really don't even know there's a backspace until you rotate it. And so it doesn't affect the aesthetic beauty of the knife. Well, let's rotate it a little bit, and we see that it's small enough that you get this flow-through design. It has jimping on the backspacer for reverse grip. The lanyard post is protected by the backspacer. So there's many things that I like about this backspacer. The other thing I like about the knife is that the fit and finish and action are just impeccable. It centers up perfectly, flips great. The materials are high quality. It uses M390 steel, which is one of my favorite steels on a knife. The titanium is beautiful. It has this subtle milling that gives you a little bit of traction. I really like everything about the knife. So, if you're looking for a knife that is a 3.6-inch blade and light and has excellent fit and finish and high quality materials, then the WE 704 would be the knife for you. It's the lightest and best offering that WE Knife offers. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next House of Wisdom Lightest and Best video.